now, and we will let our Zoom participants in. Hello, Travel Week readers. Welcome to today's webinar. I see you all filing into the webinar today. We have got an awesome show here for you today. We have Lauren Harris, who is the National Account Manager for Virgin Voyages, here to do a presentation, and it is going to be fabulous, I'm sure. Before we get started, just one note of housekeeping, and that is if you have any questions during today's webinar, please feel free to pop those questions into the Q&A box at the bottom. I will be back on here at the very end of the webinar to answer any of those questions on your behalf. As you know, here at Travel Week, we are dedicated to providing you all with the very best information so you can craft amazing holidays and book travel product for your clients. And without further ado, I would like to pass you on to the wonderful Lauren Harris. Hi, Lauren, thank you so much for being here today.
Good afternoon. It took me a minute to realize if it was the morning or the afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining. We have some exciting things to share. I'll give you the latest and greatest with all things Virgin Voyages. And I thought we would do it in a cheeky way through Myths. So it's my version of truth or true and false. So since we launched in 2021, there's been all kinds of buzz about Virgin Voyages, and some of it is, it spreads like wildfire. Some of it is preconceived notions based on old marketing, and some of it is absolute fact, and we will solidify that here. So let's dive in and start with the first. Virgin Voyages is just for young people. That is a total myth. So for us, we have one age restriction, and it is that you must be at least 18 years old. So no kids, no kidding. We're exclusively adult. And to be quite honest, this is the number one reason that that others that haven't considered us in the past are driving to us in hordes. So whether that be avid cruisers looking for something a little bit different, or all-inclusive, adults-only vacationers that are, again, looking to expand their horizons, and again, just make sure that they don't see any little kids anywhere. It really does make for a very unique experience, whether you're sailing for 4, 5, 7, 15 nights and beyond. You don't have to see any children. And so with that, we can deliver this elevated and unique experience targeted for adults only. Another identifier for us, and I know it's very buzzy now to say that you are in a category of your own, and we do too. And so our category of our own, we like to call it casually luxe. And so you'll get a sophisticated, elevated product, amazing dining, amazing service, but we are free from formality. We have removed the stuffiness that can sometimes be associated with traditional luxury. So you can come as you are. There's no forced formal nights. We don't force a dress code upon you. And in the words of Richard Branson, you can't have the best night of your life if you feel uncomfortable. So whether that be your comfy flats and a pair of jeans, or your highest heels and your sparkliest dress and your tailored suit, because you are maybe you're celebrating something really, really special. It all comes together nice and harmoniously on board, and everybody is just dressed in whatever they feel most comfortable in, and that just creates for a really cool environment overall as well. So if you're thinking about who can you put on a Virgin Voyage, who would you like to promote this to? Really, it spans a large spectrum. Again, the number one thing being that they just can't be a child. But that true sweet spot for us, mid-30s to mid-60s, is where the main driver for our demographic is coming from. Many, almost or more than half, have families, and they are couples, and they are leaving children at home. So they are conscious of the amount of time that they're spending away, and they want to make sure that they make the best of that time. So with that, if you look on the bottom, you'll see some other brands outside of just even the travel spectrum that our sailors might identify with. If you're thinking in terms of when they sail together, we are great for multi-gen families. We're great for couples that are celebrating milestones. So whether that be a 20th, 30th, 40th anniversary or 50th, 60th birthday, they want to celebrate, but they want to bring their friends and their older family along with them too. So if you have those older multi-gen families where maybe the kids are in college and then you have the parents and the grandparents, are great for that. And then again, just to celebrate those great milestones, the overall atmosphere for us does tend to lean into others wanting to bring their friends along with them to celebrate and go out and experience everything together. So overall, again, if you're reaching out and you're pitching this to potential sailors or clients, the spectrum is broad. So lovers of great food, we have a huge focus on culinary. We have a great focus on wellness. And then of course we have that amazing nightlife too, for those that want that. There's no value in cruising. Now we all know that that is a massive myth, especially for us. We were the first brand to ever sweep the Cruise Critic Cruisers Choice Awards for the large ship category. So we took home all the hardware earlier this year for best overall cruise line, best dining, cabin service, and best value for your money. That leans into our all-included luxury proposition. So what we've gone ahead and done is include everything that frankly should be included so that your sailors don't feel like they are nickel and dimed when they're on board. Everything that they want to do or everything that should be included in the voyage fare to make it wonderful without you feeling like you're opening your wallet at every turn is included. So let's start with dining. I'm going to keep driving it home. Our dining and culinary experiences are absolutely incredible. We recently won Best Dining Venue by Travel Weekly for our Mexican restaurant Pink Agave earlier this year as well. So overall, just our food is incredible. And it's all included. So we don't call them specialty restaurants. We call them eateries because specialty restaurants for avid cruise goers, that usually insinuate some type of upcharge, which we don't have. So you're free to eat your heart out there. We'll keep you hydrated with all of your essential drinks. So your flat and sparkling water, soda, drip coffee, and tea are included. Wi-Fi is a basic human right. So we want you to stay as connected as you'd like to be, right? So whether you need to check on the kiddos at home or you don't want to use all of your PTO days and you're using some time to stay connected and check on your emails, or you just want to brag about your amazing vacation and post all of your wonderful pictures on your social sites, that's great too. We've included all of our amazing Virgin focused shows and entertainment. And as I alluded to before, we have a great focus on wellness, and we've included all of your group fitness classes. So that is everything from yoga and HIIT classes, Pilates, spin. So all of those boutique type of workout classes that you might be taking on land and you want to continue your routine at sea, that is great. Or you want to try something different. You can absolutely do that. You can work up a sweat. And for those that want to get their heart going and try something a little bit different, but they want it in a more out of the box scenario, you can do that too through our VHS 80s workout class that is complete with a shake weight. We have adult dodgeball tournaments. We have a 90s boy band dance class. So you can get your blood pumping and you can work out in a way that is more fun than just a traditional type of workout where you know that you're actually working out. Oh, then last, I'm sorry, I didn't even touch on tips, and this one's so important. All of your gratuities, all of your tips, all of your service charges are also included. So if you're buying a alcoholic drink or a premium drink that has a charge associated with it, you're not tipping on top of that. The price you see is the price you are paying. If you're getting a service at the spa, same thing. Whatever the price is for that massage, that facial, whatever the service is, you're not paying any type of service or tip on top of it. We've taken really good care of our crew so that you can just have a great vacation. What this is translated over to is that our crew, they are much happier because they are so well taken care of. They are not working hard just to earn an extra dollar, but instead all of their exchanges that they have with our sailors on board are very authentic. They truly want to know more about you and where you're from and what your interests are. And they are such wonderful, interesting people too. And so you can have some really cool, genuine conversations without there feeling like there's any type of ulterior motive. So for our onboard dining experience, I wanted to highlight this because we do things a little bit differently. We have not reinvented the wheel when it comes to eating out, but certainly different than what you would find on board most other cruises. So what do we have? We have 20 plus eateries. Again, they're all included, but we don't have a main dining room and we don't have a buffet. So none of our food is made for 2,000 people at once. This really influences the quality and the ability to expand our menus. For those of you that are up late, we have a 24-hour dining experience up in the galley or room service as well. And then it's 100% quality. So each one of our dining venues has its own kitchen and its own chef. Most of these menus are Michelin star inspired. Again, Pink Agave is a Michelin star inspired menu, and it just won best dining venue at sea. So one of my favorite lines that explains our culinary experience in the best way possible is a seductive smorgasbord of restaurants and eateries delivering food that is out of this world, offering exceptional quality. What else could you want? Some promotions that we have going on right now that kind of lean into our food and dining experience. Right now, it's 25% off all voyages through anything posted through December of 2024. And then we also have continued our free drinks promotion. So for any sailings that are 7 nights or longer, you earn $600 in premium drinks per cabin. Any sailings 4 to 6 nighs is $300 in drinks per cabin. And anything that is less than 4 nights, so those 2 and 3 night sailings, is $125 per drink or per cabin. I'm sorry. So what does that get you? $600 can get you a lot of leaning into our value proposition and the importance on not nickel and diming you. That extends to anything else that you would spend on what I like to call happy dollars. So this is based on your own consumption. Everybody has a different limit, a different amount that they want to drink each day, every day. And so with this free drinks promotion, it makes not only our value proposition more inclusive, but gives you the ability to have more flexibility when it comes to ordering those premium drinks. So a premium drink is anything with an associated cost, like alcohol, specialty coffees, or fresh juices. But this free bar tab will take you a really long way. All right, back to the game. You only have that one ship, and it's that Scarlet ship. That is totally a myth. And while we did ramp up rather quickly, and we started with Scarlet Lady almost exactly 2 years ago to the date in October of 2021, we have expanded and we now have 3 of our 4 ships in the water. So for now, Scarlet Lady is continuing to sail her 4 and 5 night itineraries out of Port Miami. Valiant Lady is wrapping up her summer season in the Med out of Barcelona before she makes her transatlantic in about a week or so from Barcelona over to Miami, where she will do some 6 and 8 night alternating Eastern and Western Caribbean itineraries. She will then sail down south to sail out of San Juan and cover the Southern Caribbean for the rest of the winter. Resilient Lady just launched with us in May of this year, sailing out of Athens. And so she is wrapping up her Greek itineraries, sailing both the Adriatic and the Greek islands. And then she will make a repositioning. It'll take about 45 nights through some really neat opportunity ports on this repositioning through Dubai and Singapore and New Zealand. So when she makes her way back, she'll do this again in May of next year. So if you're into what I like to call a mini world cruise, or sailings between 15, 30, and 45 nights, you should take a look at those repositionings for Resilient Lady from either Greece or from Australia. So one of the other interesting and unique findings that we've experienced since launching Australia is that we originally thought that when we brought Resilient Lady to the Australian market, it would be very popular because Virgin is such a strong brand in Australia, and it is. But what we've also found is that North Americans are flying over to Australia, and they are adding on these Australian voyages as an added component. They've already flown so far. They'd like to see more of Australia, and so this is a great way to do that. So we have over 100 different itineraries, over 100 different ports among all of our itineraries on these 3 ships to choose from. So we've wildly expanded way beyond just Miami and the Bahamas and Mexico. And then we will bring Brilliant Lady to join us next year, rounding out our strong fleet of 4. The nice thing about all of our ships are that they are sisters. So once you've learned and you've been on one, you can memorize them all. And so the only reason that you would choose one ship over the other is based on where she's going. Overall, and I'll just touch on a couple of these stats as well. The ship holds 2770 sailors with 1150 crew with this. That leans heavier into the 2-to-1 ratio, which you usually find on smaller ships. So if you have sailors, if you have clients that enjoy the small ship experience, but sometimes they get bored because there's not enough to do, we are that perfect harmony of both, where we don't have as many people on board our mid-sized ship. We have a higher crew to sailor ratio, and we have the ability to have many different dining venues and entertainment opportunities that you don't typically get on those smaller ships. Are we brilliant to do business with? Of course we are. Yes. So finally a fact, right? With that, I do want to touch on our training program. We've won many Magellan Awards for it. It is very easy, very digestible to do. And once you've gone through it, you will have all of the confidence you need to sell Virgin Voyages. So a small fact, those that complete the gold tier, the 4th and final tier of Sea Academy, are 15 times more likely to make a booking than those that have not. So not only will it give you all of the ins and outs on all things Virgin Voyages, but it'll help you target the right client as well. So we'll reward you along the way as you complete each of these tiers. All in all, it'll take you about 5.5, maybe 6 hours, depending on your pace, to complete Sea Academy. And once you've done that, you earn bonus commission, access to our agent rates at $100 per person per day, and then first dibs on all of the cool offerings that we have. So whether that be a free sailing, an invitation to try our ship on your own, we'll give you $150 in onboard credit for your own cabin on your next voyage. So a lot of great perks there. If you haven't already, I invite you to sign up on firstmates.com. This is your all-inclusive portal to everything that you would need to work with us. So it has all of your tools and guides. Obviously, you can book here. It gives you access to our marketing center, ways to connect with our sales team. So just literally anything you would need, you'll want to find on firstmates.com. So if you haven't yet signed up, you yourself or your agency, I invite you to do that as soon as you can. And then you have Sean Russo. So Sean in Canada covers the entire country. Most of you probably already know him. Sean is such a rock star for us, and I'm sorry he couldn't be here today. but here is his contact info should you need it. Sean is your main go-to for all things Virgin Voyages. So whether you'd like to host a virtual cruise night, or you have sales questions, or you need any type of support, he would be your first line of contact for that. And then I wanted to touch on a really cool piece of technology that we have called LetsGoBook. And so, can you earn commission while you sleep? That is in fact a fact. So what this is, LetsGoBook is a link that you will find in firstmates.com in your profile, and it mirrors virginvoyages.com. And how it works is you can share this unique link with anybody on your social channels. You can turn it into a QR code. You can use it at a consumer show, and this link will allow your clients to book by themselves. So whether they like to do their own research or they want a little bit more control over the booking process, they're able to do that, but then you can take over the booking after. So at the very top of the screen, it'll say sold and serviced by. It'll have your name, your agency, a quick way for them to either email or call you, but they can go through the booking process on their own. So with that, if they do make a booking, you are alerted through email. The booking will show up in firstmates.com, but you can go out there and just kind of spread the word. Any booking made through this is tied to you forever. Another way to use this technology is firstmates.com is heavily dependent on Google Chrome, and not everybody uses Google Chrome. So whether you're on a Mac and you prefer Safari, or you're booking from your phone or your iPad, you can use the LetsGoBook link yourself to book your clients as well, because it is independent of needing the Google Chrome platform as you do on firstmates.com. So gives you more flexibility too if you just want to use it and avoid the clunkiness of Firstmates. We have a ton of how-to guides. So if you need to learn how to log into firstmates.com or shop and make a booking on there, how to service your bookings, how to create groups, how to use the LetsGoBook link, we have tutorials for all of those things as well. And then all of our marketing support. So if you see any videos that Virgin has shared as a brand, or you need customizable itinerary PDFs, or you want to share any of our promotions, we have social media packs. We have every type of format that you might need for an email or a web banner, for your social channels. All of that can be found through firstmates.com as well. And so that was all that I had. I'm happy to take any questions, but I wanted to keep it short and sweet.
Well, thank you so much for that, Lauren. That was an amazing presentation. So informative, so much great information for our travel counselors who are here with us today. They do have a few questions for you, which I will ask. First, we have one from Donna, and she is asking, are there dress up nights if you want to dress up? I know you were talking about the casual luxe, and I guess she was wondering more if there are nights that are strictly dress up.
So I'll answer this in two parts. Dress up in the sense of like a formal night where we ask or require you to wear a formal dress or a suit. No, never. Dress up in the fact that we have themes and parties that you could absolutely participate in if you'd like to. Yes. So we have Scarlet Night on board all of our ships. And with that, we ask or we invite you to wear a pop of red, or as much red as you're comfortable with, so you can dress head to toe. So Scarlet Night would be one where you dress up in red. We have a PJ party, which is later at night. And so obviously, if you wanted to join and attend that, you might want to bring an extra pair of PJs. The VHS workout class, a lot of people like to get involved in that and wear their best 80s wear. So we have,
So fun.
yes, so we have all these different themes that you can dress up for if you'd like, and that sense of the word dress up, but in the sense of like a what I call a forced formal night, no.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering that. And wow, so many fun theme nights. That
Gosh.
those all sound amazing. Okay, this next question we have coming from Savita, and she is asking if a traveler is already booking their own Virgin Cruises, and then you share your link with them, the link that you talked about, which they can agents clients can book through and then still earn commission. Is the pricing different for them if they book on their own?
Nope, it is exactly the same. So something I will talk about here is price protection is extremely important to us. There is anywhere, there is no site, not on virginvoyages.com, not through any type of agency that will have any type of pricing advantage. So we want to make sure that regardless of the channel, no matter what, you will always have the same price for the voyage fare.
Amazing. That is awesome. Thank you for answering that question. Next, we have a question coming from Brianne, and she's asking about single occupancy rates and how that works with Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, so that's a great question. And we see a lot, we've seen a huge uptick in solo traveling. So for us, we do offer solo cabins that are obviously priced for one and sleep one. And so that's an option on all of our ships. And then throughout the year, a couple times earlier this year, we did have solo sailor promotions going on where we offered a sea terrace, which is our version of a balcony, and we waived this single supplement cost. So typically
Wow.
cabins are priced for two. And so if you just had one person sailing in a cabin that sleeps two, you would just pay the full rate. But
Mhm.
if you're interested, we do run those promotions throughout the year for our solo sailors that want to travel in a balcony, but don't necessarily want to pay any type of supplement.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Lauren. Next, we have a question here coming from, let's see, the next one from Vera. And this has to do again with the theme nights that you were talking about. And she's asking, are the theme nights information for them listed on the First Mate's website?
They're typically on the app and on the itinerary per voyage because they vary based on the ship and the location. And we try to keep it, some of those theme nights relevant to where the ship is.
Right.
Overall, you can always guarantee that there will be a Scarlet Night. So that's the one
Okay.
you would want to push the most.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. And now going along with your presentation theme about myth versus fact, Donna was asking in regards to a myth, is there a section of nude bathing on Virgin Voyages?
Those are
She says myth, question mark, question mark.
So, no, there is nowhere that you can nude bathe anywhere on the ship. On deck 16, at the very, very top, it's technically deck 17. We have an area called the Perch, and there you can topless sunbathe up there, but you have to really go looking for this space. So you're not gonna, and I say this with caution because I don't know if she's asking because she wants to go or not. So I'll just say it in both ways. If you want topless sunbathing, it's available. And if you don't want to see it, you would have to try really hard to find it to see it.
Got it. Got it. That's a great answer. And going along with that myth versus fact, again, Claudie is asking, she heard that sometimes you have a tattoo artist coming on the ship. Is that true? And on which ship?
Yes. So all of our ships do have a tattoo studio on board.
Wow,
And there's
awesome.
always these incredible tattoo artists that come. And so they'll do different stints, but they're typically pretty well known in the tattoo community. So if you follow along with all of that, or they've studied under somebody that's pretty well known, so that can be pretty special, but that is available on every sailing on every ship.
Awesome. Thank you for that answer. That is a really great thing that you have going as well. Next, I have a question from Wendy, and she's just asking about mobility for clients that have mobility issues. Is there accommodation on your ships for them?
Yes, absolutely. So almost every one of our cabin categories does have accessible cabins available. if you do just a little bit of research from like firsthand experiences, and I don't have firsthand experience, so I would lean into looking at that research. We get incredible reviews or incredible accounts on how well those with mobility issues can move throughout our ship, and the accommodations are great, both if you're visiting the island of Bimini, because on there we have our own private beach club, and then of course the ships, but we do a really, really good job with it.
Awesome. That's amazing. And thank you for answering that. Donna, who was asking the question about the place for nude bathing, says that's not something she was interested in, but she has some friends who are. So she wanted to know for that reason. So thanks for answering that. Yeah, and then that looks like it for our questions today, but we have a lot of agents on here, Valerie and Donna and Vera, all saying thank you. This was a very wonderful and informative presentation, and they're really glad to have had the opportunity to have you on here today. So thanks, Lauren and Virgin Voyages, for being with us today.
Thanks for dropping by, and thanks for having me. We hope to see you on board soon.
Absolutely. And thanks again to all our travel agent participants who are on here today. I will be sending a follow-up email as well with the link to the recording to this webinar, which you can share with your friends if you would like. And with that, I wish everybody a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much, Lauren and Virgin Voyages. And thanks, travel agents.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.